good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching this from. This is Canada Subinda with another video. In this video, we are looking at 2021 paper 1 internal additional mathematics. And vectors is always question 10, which reads, the vectors A is equal to 3i plus 4j and B is equal to negative 4i plus 2j are such that vector A multiplied by vector B is equal to 2p, and then they want us to find the value of p. That question is worth 2 marks. Question 2, the unit vector in the direction of B. Then B reads, find the value between, the angle between the vectors 3, 4 and 5, 12. Let us start with A. We write the information. Vector A is equal to 3i plus 4j. Then vector B is equal to negative 4i plus 2j. Like that. Then we have been told that A dot B is equal to 2p. 3i plus 4j. Like that. This is in place of A. Then put the dot there. The B there, negative 4i plus 2j. Then just write this is equal to 2p. Then here you need to know some important vector properties. That is vector I squared and j squared, and also I dot j. I dot j just simply means I times j. So what am I trying to say? I squared is 1. J squared is 1. I times j is 0. So anywhere where we say I times I here, I squared is the same as I times I. That's I squared. J squared is the same as j times j. Alright, now I times j gives you 0. That's something very important to take note of here. So when we're multiplying in such a case, our multiplication is done like this, corresponding. We multiply corresponding numbers. Alright, what do I mean? 3i times negative 4i, like that. And then 4j times 2j, like that. Don't do 3i times 2j, because I times j gives you 0. So it is not necessary. So let us continue. 3i times negative 4i is minus 12. That's all. Because I times I is 1. I squared is I times I, which is 1. Then 4j times 8j, this will give you positive 8, is equal to 2p. Then this is just simple. This is just simplify the signs here. You just get negative 4 like that. The sign of the bigger number. 2p, you divide by 2 both sides. 2 into itself is 1. 2 into itself is 1. 2 into itself is 1. 2 into 4 is 2. P, therefore, is equal to negative 2. And that's the final answer for question 1. And then they want you to find the unit vector in the direction of B. Okay. So we have answered question A1. Question A2, unit vector in the direction of B. This means they want you to find B hat, like that. So vector B with a hat symbol is equal to, you write vector B like that, plus 2j, you divide by the magnitude of the vector, which is negative 4 squared plus 2 squared, like that. This will be equal to negative 4i plus 2j, dividing, making sure, dividing by the magnitude. Here, we're going to have 16 plus here, we're going to have a 4. Therefore, we'll say our b hat, which is the unit vector in the direction of B, is equal to negative 4i plus 2j. You divide by square root of here, 20. Okay, when you reach at this point in time, simplifying square root of 20 is not necessary. We just leave it in this form. So this is your final answer, and that is your square root. That's the square root of 20, and this is your b hat, which is the unit vector in the direction of B. That's the final answer. So I've answered A1 and A2. Now let's go to B. B will be a bit long. That's why it's worth 5 marks. It will be a bit long. Okay, find the angle between vectors 3, 4 and 5, 12. Now if I want to find the angle between such vectors, let's name these two vectors. We have 3, 4 like that as a column vector, and then we also have 5, 12. So let's say vector A will be equal to 3, 4, then vector B will be equal to 5, 12. Just like that. And then you need to know the dot product or scalar product formula, which is vector A times vector B is equal to magnitude of vector A multiplied by magnitude of vector B multiplied by cosine theta. Like that. So A dot B. Alright. That's what we need to do. So this question is different from this here, but it's under question 10. So our A dot B again, we can also multiply in the column vector form, which is well and good. So it means I'm saying 3, 4, you multiply by 5, 12 is equal to magnitude of vector A will be square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared multiplied by magnitude of vector B will be square root of 5 squared plus 12 squared. This is 12 squared multiplied by, they want us to find angle between vectors. So we just leave it as it is, cosine theta, like that. Then we multiply every time corresponding numbers. 3 times 5, 4 times 12. 3 times 5 is 15, of course. 4 times 12 will give you 48. Is equal to the square root of 3 squared is, okay, let's just write it anyways. 9 plus 16 multiplied by the square root of 25 plus 144 multiplied by cosine theta, like that. And then if you do 15 plus 48, we're going to have 13. Then this is 5, 63. So this is 63 is equal to square root of 9 plus 16. This is definitely square root of 25. You multiply by square root of 25 plus 144, definitely square root of 169. You multiply by cosine theta. 63 is equal to square root of 25 is 5. Square root of 169 is 13. You multiply by cosine theta. So again, we need to do 13 times 5. This will give you 15. You carry 1. This is 65. Therefore, we're going to say 63 is equal to, this we know is 65 cosine theta. Then, when we reach this point, we can just now erase upwards. We need to create space. Erase. Okay. So we are saying 63 is equal to 65 cosine theta. We divide by 65. We divide by 65. Cosine theta is equal to 63 divided by 65. So we can clean up there. Theta will be equal to cosine inverse, or the arc inverse of 63 divided by 65. Okay, this one you need the calculator. So cos inverse of 63 divided by 65. Make sure that your calculator is in degrees. If it's not in degrees, you're going to have the wrong answer. Make sure that it's not in radians. Your answer will be, of course, here we're getting 14.2. Okay, let's just write the entire answer. Theta is equal to 14.2500327 degrees. Therefore, theta is equal to, in additional mathematics, we always round off numbers to one decimal place. Rather, round off angles. Angles, be very careful. Angles always one decimal place. So it's actually 14 point. This is 3 degrees. That is your final answer. That's it. So it means in total, this question was actually carrying 9 marks. This question where we found theta, it was carrying 5 marks by itself. And this marks the end of my video. This is the answer to 2021 paper 1 internal. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Cornelius Subinda, another video, and bye bye.